14 years ago, the world watched as first one, then another twin tower crashed towards the Earth. Thousands were wounded, and over 2,000 died. This event would forever be known to the world as 9/11, and the attackers were working for the group known as Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda is a terrorist group in the Middle East. They fight for an extreme version of Muslim faith and against those who are not a part of it. Al-Qaeda once declared the American Crusader forces enemies of God, carried out an odious crime against the Muslims of Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda sees America as the enemy, as being a rival force against both God and Muslims. ISIS emerged from the group Al-Qaeda in 2013, and the leader of this new organization was and still is Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Baghdadi believes that all Muslims need to be united by one caliph. Hegel states in an article in Opposing Views, the group has declared that its mission is to establish a caliphate, or a sovereign state that will govern the world's Muslim population through a central leader or caliph. In this case, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, or Caliph Ibrahim. ISIS hopes to exterminate those who are not of the Muslim faith, and to create a country filled with nothing but Islamic followers. ISIS consists of Sunni extremists. Like Sunnis, ISIS embraces the more traditional forms of Islam. ISIS takes Islamic traditions and beliefs and takes them to the extreme, distorting them to make it seem alright to be harming innocents, as long as it is in the name of Islam. ISIS gaining power and spreading their territory throughout the Middle East is said by Al Jazeera to be the worst development in recent Muslim history since 9/11. We know that ISIS has an extreme view of Islam, and an extreme view of what being a Muslim should be. However, we wonder what this is doing to affect the lives of the people in the Middle East. That leads us to the question, in what ways is ISIS distorting religion and culture in the Middle East? Being one of the major religions in the Middle East, Islam plays an important role in everyday lives. Some Muslims follow what is known as Sharia law, or the law of Islam. Sharia law is the most extreme version of Islam in the governing setting. Even Sharia law has fundamental rules that many Muslims believe that ISIS has violated: murdering innocents, persecuting Christian Yazidis, forced conversions, oppression of women, torture and mutilation, and declaring a caliphate. Islam has a history of tolerance and peace, and it permits the use of force in self-defense, but not the killing of innocents or civilians. The term jihad is often associated with Islam and violence. The great jihad is the struggle against oneself, and the little jihad is the struggle against enemies of Islam. ISIS activists are called jihadists because they've declared war in the Middle East against those who are not of the Muslim faith. Like all religions, Islam is open to interpretation, therefore creating Islamic fundamentalism. Political Islam, or Islamic fundamentalism, strives to establish as one law, one interpretation of the Islamic legal tradition, or Sharia, as the foundation of the government and attempts to rid society of non-Islamic influences. ISIS embodies these values as it strives to unite the Middle East under their extreme view of Islam. ISIS is also trying to rid the Middle East of any religion that is not Islam. ISIS also wants to appoint one ruler over all Muslims, known as a caliphate. Because of ISIS's extreme view of Islam, some Muslims are being led to believe that being Muslim means being like ISIS. ISIS is therefore driving many Muslims away from Islam. Goodstein says in an article in the New York Times that the brutality of the Islamic State is exacerbating the issue, and even pushing some young Muslims away from Islam. Some Muslims are appalled at the brutality of ISIS and how ISIS treats people, and this is enough to drive some Muslims away from Islam. Some Muslims feel obliged to change to a new religion that does not have the worry and threats that are associated with it. After Prophet Muhammad founded Islam, the religion was split into two sects, Sunni and Shia. Sunnis are the more traditional branch of Islam. Sunnis revere all the prophets mentioned in the Quran, the Islamic Bible. However, they believe that Muhammad is the greatest, and he is the most revered. Sunnis believe that all other Islamic leaders besides Muhammad are only secular leaders. Rubinstein states in a BBC article, Sunnis believe that Islam comes down through the followers of the Prophet Muhammad, who they say are his chosen people. Shia, however, claim the right for Ali, the son-in-law of Muhammad, and his ancestors to lead the Islamic community. They believe that Islam was transmitted through the relatives of Muhammad. ISIS believes that Shiites are not true followers of Islam and must die in order to create a truly pure form of Islam. Recruitment may be one of the scariest recent developments regarding ISIS. ISIS has been sending out videos that seem appealing to young adults and have been recruiting young adults from all over the world to come and fight for their cause. Goodstein recorded in the New York Times that officials estimate that about 150 Americans have traveled or tried to travel to fight in Syria. That is fewer than in France, where 1,000 people are estimated to have gone to Syria, or England, which has counted about 600, not including those who were in touch with extremists online and decided not to join. ISIS has been manipulating the minds of many, convincing them to leave their homes and come work for ISIS. Friedman wisely describes life with ISIS in an article in the New York Times. Life with ISIS means power, money, wives, and status, all attractive lures for young firebands of the cause, but it also means killing and dominating for a worldview which he no longer believes so fervently. ISIS promises a luxurious life, one of power and glory, but only if one can bear the stain of innocent blood on their hands. Sometimes ISIS will lure in young adults with promises such as this, and does not fully reveal the truth about what that person is going to be used for, or ISIS's intentions for the Middle East were. The red portion of this map is territory that ISIS currently holds in Iraq and Syria. Recently, ISIS has put out a map declaring the parts of the Middle East it plans to take control of. This plan for recruitment may be to help take over these portions of the Middle East and fill them with Islamic fundamentalist followers. Last but not least, ISIS is driving Christians out of their homeland and forcing them to convert to the extreme version of Islam. Before 2003, there were an estimated 1.5 million Christians in Iraq. These days, about 400,000 remain. ISIS has been going through towns and cities throughout the Middle East, telling every non-Muslim the same thing: convert, pay a tax, or be killed. Not wanting to convert to the extreme version of Islam that ISIS embraces, many Iraqi Christians feel forced to leave the Middle East, with the knowledge that if they stay, they will surely be killed. This graph shows the percentage of Christians in the total population. Between 1900 and 2010, this number has decreased by half. ISIS has only been in existence for 2 years, but it has grown considerably since creation, and has been able to accomplish much in the little time they have been active. Between altering the concept of religion from the once peaceful Islam to the now extreme Islamic fundamentalism, driving non-Islamics from their homes and terrorizing the citizens, and recruiting young adults to help with the expansion of their territory by luring them in with promises of fame and income, ISIS is considerably altering the lifestyle of those in the Middle East, making them question their religion, their security, and their rights as citizens in the Middle East.